Taking on the role of two rafters, separated after being dumped in a freezing Appalachian river, Dave and Cody each have minimal gear. But Dave has a distinct advantage.
You know, I had a ferro rod, which for me in this area is pretty much guaranteed fire. I don't know what gear Cody's got with him right now. If he doesn't have fire, he's in a bad situation.
I failed. I gave it my best shot with all the tricks. I need to get myself in gear here.
Without fire, finding a natural shelter to protect and insulate against cold and rain is a life-saving contingency.
This is the best thing I'm seeing over here. Looks like a decent overhang. Cold air goes downhill, it's up to the side, great protection. Because I don't have fire, I'm gonna make a poncho out of my garbage bag and then stuff it with the driest leaves I have. I want that insulation right next to my body heat. It's going to hold in my metabolic heat to the best of its ability. That's the best I can hope for right now.
You know, in a situation like this, you've been wet and you have fire, hang close to that fire. As long as the weather doesn't turn bad on you, that's your game plan for the night. In a situation where you don't have fire, it's a whole different ball game.
The only fire I have is my body heat, and I want to contain that. I want that insulation right next to my skin, so I have as many leaves I can get in this bag without them falling out. I can still stand up and do squats if I need to. It's a very effective exercise for increasing metabolic heat, because when you stop metabolic activity, your core body temperature drops. It's colder than hell. My main intention now is to find Dave. I'm gonna head downriver and we'll meet up hopefully as soon as possible. Right now, because it's early spring, you can see there's poison ivy, poison ivy, poison ivy. There's no way in hell to avoid poison ivy this time of year in Kentucky unless you float. And here I am barefoot and in shorts. My strategy now is I'm gonna find the nearest mud that I can and I'm gonna mud up. So there's some pretty slick clay here, and I'm just gonna kneel right in it and just apply it to my legs. Just like all those ladies at the mud bath place. It's very, very sticky, which is what I want because of volatile oils and poison ivy. Am I gonna reduce it? Yeah. Am I gonna prevent it? No. But I'm just seeking to give myself a primary defense against those oils, and then I can go down to the river and wash this off later.
You know, the eastern woodlands is full of medicinal plants, it's full of poisonous plants. You just have to know the difference. Right here we have a really, really good resource. All of these small plants right here are called jewelweed. This plant will neutralize the toxic oils of poison ivy. This stuff grows next to the threat most of the time. There's a poison ivy vine on this tree right here. So if you know that you've touched poison ivy, just grab a few of these plants, and if I just macerate it in my hands, you can see the juices coming out of that. That will neutralize the oils in that poison ivy. Without Cody knowing what this jewelweed is, he has no way to be proactive against that poison ivy, and if he's allergic to it, he's gonna have it.
In a group emergency situation, obviously want to try to find that other person. So I'm not going to go traipse off with my map and hike out of Kentucky by myself. I'm going to try to track Dave. The problem is this river's big and it's wide. That's smoke. It's obviously a controlled fire. I'm going to assume it's him. I'm going to keep moving my way down because he's not going to hear me from this far away.
Hey, Dave! Yeah! Over here! There he is. There he is. Piece of cake.
Hi.
You look muddy, man. What happened?
Well, it's my poison ivy deterrent.
Okay.
You know?
Did you have fire last night?
No, I didn't. How'd you get fire?
Ferro rod. The easy way. What you got with you, man?
I found the boater's pack. and it has several things in it, but check it out. I found this quasi half-ass topo map. Put in and take out. They obviously didn't quite make it to the takeout point. If that is a takeout point with an obvious road right there, then we need to discuss whether we beeline to that takeout and go overland, or to take this massive dogleg all the way around there to the same spot.
I don't see a discussion. The shortest distance we got to go is right there, and there's a road there and there's a river there. So if we start going over land, we're going to run into that road or that river. There's nowhere else to go.
In an emergency situation, the best case scenario for you is to follow the river, but because we have a map in the situation, we're going to traverse over this ridge line and cut off this big horseshoe bend so that we'll save calories and energy.
Once we get to the other side, according to this map, we should either find a river or a road.
An overland shortcut might be the quickest route to the kayakers' takeout point, but it is not without risk.
Do you think this is doable, then,
Oh, yeah,
these
easy.
contours? Because in the Southwest, it can be brutal.
I mean, it's going to be probably straight up, straight down, but it's going to be doable.
Okay.
Just head up the hill.
Okay. Dave's going to be my lead on Appalachia country here because this is his turf. He has knowledge here that I don't. And I'm going to be following his lead on a lot of things. Is there any place here that does not have poison ivy?
No. I have property that is right on the edge of the Appalachian mountain chain. It's exactly like this. The fact of the matter is, it's very easy to get into an issue out here. You've got loose sand and mud underneath these leaves, clay, steep inclines. Mechanical injuries are going to be a big issue out here.
Dual survival's art of self-reliance.
I've been seeing these seeps here. You can see the ferns up there, a lot of moss. So it's supporting a lot of life because this rock is wet pretty much full time.
Underground sandstone acts as a natural filter as rainwater seeps through porous rock.
In my mind, this is a hell of a lot safer to drink than that river. So I've oriented this helmet. It's already collecting quite a bit.